Joining us now, Garrett Exner. Garrett is a 14-year veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps and a Marine Raider. He was deployed to Iraq, North Africa, East Africa, and the South Pacific. He's now an adjunct fellow at the Hudson Institute. Garrett, great to have you on. What's your reaction to that report? We're seeing reports that the Israeli cabinet is meeting right now at this hour about the possible hostage deal. What do you think?
I think overall what we know about this deal is a net positive. I think there's good and bad in it, and there's varying opinions from a lot of experts here in D.C. and around the world. But overall, it seems like the right thing to do. There's some bad there, some risk that the IDF will have to take. That an operational pause is going to allow Hamas to reorganize and regroup, reposition themselves for a stiffer fight going forward for the IDF. But on the positive side, this is 50 lives, 50 families that are going to be reunited. And I think it's hard for us on the outside to understand in Israel just how high the demand is to get their people back, particularly the women and children that have been held by this barbarian organization for several weeks now. So I think my initial take is that this is a net positive, and Israel can accept that risk given how good they've performed on the battlefield so far.
Garrett, so they're talking 50 women and children in exchange for about 150 Palestinian prisoners. When you look at this and you see how unique this and horrendous this Gaza attack was, Hamas attack was, on Israeli citizens, they did squarely focus on citizens, and then they took innocent citizens as hostages. What was the strategy here by Hamas? Did they want somebody that is a Palestinian prisoner? Or is that why they did the kidnapping?
I think they did the kidnapping to prevent Israel from going in too hard into Gaza City. They were going to hold these people in basements and tunnels underneath the city. And I think what we saw at the beginning of the conflict is that they were going to trade 2 hostages at a time to try to delay and build up support from Western audiences, progressive Western audiences that would be sympathetic to the Palestinian demands here. That strategy hasn't worked. Israel has performed exceptionally well getting into the heart of Gaza City, and now they're trying to rush to make a deal as quickly as possible.
This report coming in, Iranian-backed militants used close-range ballistic missiles to attack U.S. forces at an Iraq air base. There have been 66 attacks since 10/7, injuring 62 U.S. troops, but the deputy Pentagon press secretary says, quote, "We have days sometimes where we don't have attacks." Is that good enough? Plus, she didn't rule out a pullback of U.S. surveillance in Gaza as part of the hostage deal. Is this good enough?
I think it's nowhere near good enough. The only reason they responded to the most recent attack at Al-Assad Air Base is because there happened to be an AC-130 overhead at the time of the attack that saw the 3 individuals firing the rockets and was able to fire back on them. If it wasn't for that AC-130 gunship up there, there would be no response, just like there's been very little response or a very muted response from this administration. They at times will say the right things in supporting Israel, but they're effectively doing nothing to counter Iran. And I think Iran knows that they've got the administration right where they want them. It's really unfortunate. It's an unacceptable situation, and we're all accepting it.
Garrett, do we know about the American hostages? Will they be released?
I think with the number being so high of children, I know the youngest hostage that we're talking about from the American side is 3 years old, and I think we are very hopeful that that child will be released. So, hard to tell right now which numbers will come out. I think the Israeli focus would be very much on the youngest ones and on the mothers. And there seems to be a high number of children that are going to be released. So there is some hope that some U.S. citizens will get released, but certainly not all.
Okay, we're going to stay on the story. Garrett Exner, thank you so much for joining us. It's good to see you.